Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Svelte. In today's episode we're gonna examine the example of bind. We're gonna use two different kind of examples inside this build and we're gonna see how it works. It's very simple, it's very lovely, and I think it's very useful for you in your projects, and you're gonna use it in the future maybe. By the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like this video. I'm obviously a new channel and I need more audience to my channel to be seen. And I want everyone to see my videos and be a good example for young generations and for the new programmers which start around the world and want to learn a bunch of stuff about Svelte. So without any further ado, let's jump inside our build and see what we've got here. We have our empty HTML page. We have our Svelte project which I've started previously, and I don't want to make you wait. So let's start with script tag. Okay, in here I'm gonna make a variable. I'm gonna give the a value. Very different, right? Here I'm gonna create an empty label. I'm not gonna give any property to this label. It's gonna be very plain, nothing useful. For the range, I'm gonna use the input, and for this input the type will be range. It's a kind of a progress bar. Let's save it. Here is our progress bar HTML. If you want to see a bunch of input examples, you can go to Google and make search about input examples, and you will see that W3 School there. They have all types of inputs which you can go and examine. It's very nice, it's very simple, and it's very useful. I also use inside my projects the different kinds of inputs. Yeah, and you can see how you can use them. Okay, I'm gonna give min and max value for this range. The minimum will be 0 and the maximum will be 10. Okay. Here it's default, it's going to the maximum value because we didn't give any range and a bind to it. I'm gonna put another input here, and for this input it's gonna be a number input and numeric. I'm gonna put it also minimum and maximum. Minimum it's gonna be 0 and the maximum will be 10. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I move the progress bar. Nothing is changing inside this numeric up and down. Nothing is communicating with each other. So let them communicate with each other, okay? I here bind right, bind, and here I want to bind the value of the variable of a, okay? Here I put the value of 0. If I would put the value of 5, it's gonna jump into the middle because the maximum value for our range is 10 and the minimum is 0. And if I put a to the variable of a, 5, excuse me, it's gonna jump into the middle of the range, okay? I'm gonna put it to the 0, to the ground 0 while all started. And here I'm gonna save it. Jump to 0. Okay, but I want also to display inside to my numeric input the value when I increase to my range. I want to bind it again. Say bind value, and here I'm going to say again with this parenthesis a, it's 0. Here I increase it, it's going to 10. I go to value 0 and it's gone again 0. I'm increasing into my numeric value with arrows, and you can see the range progress bar is moving towards my change of the value inside the input of numeric. That's the example number 1. Let's move to example number 2. I delete everything. I press save, plain HTML, nothing inside. I create the script tag again, script tag. Okay, I'm closing it, press save. Here I'm gonna do a boolean variable. I'm gonna say submit. Can I do the variable of submit with a Boolean value? I'm gonna say false. I'm gonna save it. And here I'm gonna create a label variable. Okay, nothing inside, plain label. Tag, excuse me, did I say variable? No, I'm sorry, this is not a variable. This is a tag which we can use inside our browser. Okay. Here I'm doing another input. For this example, I'm going to use the checkbox. No ID, no name, everything plain. Okay, this is a plain checkbox here. Nothing's happening. Here I'm going to say what we can write. Please read the agreement. Okay. Please read the agreement. Here I'm gonna put a button with a value of disabled. According what will be disabled? According the opposite value of our Boolean variable of submit. This button is gonna be, if it's true, it's gonna be disabled, it's gonna be false, which means that our button is enabled. And if it's true, it's gonna be false, which means that it's gonna be, excuse me, if it's false, it's gonna be true, which means that our button is disabled. The opposite value of submit Boolean value. Okay. Here I'm gonna write the submit or submit, okay? Not subscribe, we're not in a... Here we see the disabled button. As soon as I click, nothing's happened. Why? Because I didn't trigger the bind. Okay. Here I'm gonna say checked. I'm gonna change the submit. Oh my god, submit. Okay. I'm going to trigger this value to the opposite. Submit also here. I'm just going to put a... Okay. I click it. You see, our buttons get enabled. I'm going to disable it again. Once again, I disable it. Our buttons get disabled. But I want here also do an if statement, if and else statement. And I want to write a bunch of things inside here. I'm going to put the hashtag value. I'm going to say if what is the value that we want to check if it's true or false? The submit variable. Did you write it right? Okay. If our submit variable is true, then say thanks for reading. Thanks for reading. Now you can submit. Okay, let's press. Okay, thanks for reading. Now you can submit. I submitted. But if I haven't read the agreement or something like the terms, I'm gonna do another p tag here with an else statement. And I'm gonna create another p tag. I'm gonna say, please read in order proceed. Okay, if it's false and if it's true. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep this video very short. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for your passion. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video in order to go more up to the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. I want to see you in the next episode of Svelte series or maybe another lesson. I don't know. Until then, have a nice day. Be safe. And I love you all once again. Bye-bye.